There are questions people type into search engines at midnight that they would never ask out loud. Questions about Islam that feel too sensitive, too blunt, or too controversial to raise in conversation. Today, we are going to answer 10 of them, honestly, directly, and without flinching. Question 1. Do Muslims worship Muhammad? No. Muslims do not worship Muhammad. They revere him deeply as the final prophet and messenger of God. But worship belongs to God alone. When Muhammad's name is mentioned, Muslims say, "Peace be upon him," an expression of respect, not devotion. Question 2. Does Islam promote violence? No. The word Islam itself comes from the Arabic root for peace and submission. The Quran contains verses about fighting, written in the context of specific historical conflicts. But it also contains far more verses about mercy, forgiveness, and justice. Violent extremists who claim to act in Islam's name are rejected by the overwhelming majority of the world's 2 billion Muslims. Question 3. Are Muslims allowed to have non-Muslim friends? Yes, absolutely. The Quran calls for respectful, kind treatment of all people regardless of faith. Muslims are encouraged to engage with their communities, be good neighbors, and build genuine relationships across religious lines. Question 4. Why do Muslims pray 5 times a day? Isn't that excessive? From the outside, it might seem that way. But consider that most people check their phones dozens of times a day without thinking twice. 5 structured moments of intentional connection with God. Moments of gratitude, focus, and stillness is seen by Muslims not as a burden, but as an anchor. Question 5. Is Islam only for Arabs? Not at all. The majority of the world's Muslims are not Arab. Indonesia has the largest Muslim population on earth. There are massive Muslim communities in South Asia, Sub-Saharan Africa, Central Asia, Europe, and the Americas. Islam has always been a global faith. Question 6. What do Muslims think about Jesus? Muslims believe Jesus was one of the greatest prophets ever sent by God. They believe in his virgin birth and his miracles. They do not believe he was the Son of God in a divine sense or that he was crucified. But they love and revere him deeply. Question 7. Can Muslims drink alcohol? Alcohol is prohibited in Islam. This is based on Quranic verses that describe intoxicants as causing more harm than benefit. Muslims who observe their faith avoid alcohol entirely. Question 8. Is the God of Islam different from the God of Christianity or Judaism? No. Muslims, Christians, and Jews all believe in the God of Abraham, the same creator of the universe. The Arabic word Allah simply means God, and Arab Christians use the same word. The theological understanding of God differs between traditions, but the reference is the same. Question 9. What does Islam say about women's rights? Islamic teaching grants women the right to own property, initiate divorce, inherit wealth, pursue education, and participate in public life. Rights that were revolutionary in 7th century Arabia. How these rights are practiced varies enormously across different cultures, many of which have mixed their own traditions with Islamic teaching in ways that are not always accurate or fair. Question 10. Why do some Muslims seem offended when Islam is criticized? For most Muslims, their faith is not just a set of beliefs. It is the core of their identity, their community, and their daily life. Criticism of Islam often feels personal, especially when it is based on misrepresentation. This does not mean Islam is beyond critique. But understanding why it feels personal is the beginning of a more productive conversation. There are no forbidden questions, only questions waiting for honest answers. Keep asking them.